Hi, I'm Melissa Mushaka for BeyondClassicallyBeautiful.com. We are here with Miss Nicole Taylor talking about her new delicious cookbook, the Up South Cookbook. This book is filled with not only great stories, but good recipes, and we're getting ready to dive into one of them, Collards Gomae. So take us through the first recipe.
So Collards Gomae, or Gomae, it's a traditional Japanese, I would say, side dish. Typically in the Japanese culture, you would be using spinach and not collards.
Yes.
So my friend Nina, who used to live here in Brooklyn, she's now back on the West Coast. I went to her apartment and I was like, hey, I would love to incorporate some cool Japanese food in the Up South Cookbook. And we have been doing a lot of talking about Southern food and the connections between Japanese food and Southern food. And she told me about this, and we made a few things. We made some rolls, we made a lot of stuff. But when I tasted this, I was like, this is it. So I came home, I made it again, and kind of perfected the technique. So what I do with the Collards Gomae, of course I take the collards, I try to get nice looking collards, and I roll them up. I grew up seeing people roll collards up.
Yes.
And I also grew up seeing people tear them, hand tear them.
Well, what I love about you as a cook is that you have learned through your family history, your Southern Georgian history, through watching.
I mean, I grew up where, you came in the kitchen, you may help a little bit. The women did not have time to maybe sit down and really go through each step. There also weren't any cookbooks around. I mean, I have a set of cousins. They cooked for a sorority house for 50 years. They had cookbooks, a few cookbooks, and they definitely watched, Julia Childs, and they watched Natalie Dupree and stuff on TV. But ultimately, they could cook without books, without notes, without any of that. But definitely, I would say for the Up South Cookbook, most of the recipes and the stories, or half of them, are classic Southern recipes.
Right.
And then the other ones are influenced by me living here in New York City.
The cultural mecca.
Yes.
Okay, so now that we have our ingredients, your first step is cutting the greens. We roll them.
So I roll the greens, and the next thing that I would do is I take them to the sink, and I want to make sure all the grit and all the bugs are out of it. Do you remember, or did you grow up seeing like a two-sided sink?
Yes.
They take the collards and they put them in there and they soak them like this.
Washing greens was like an event.
Yes. So you do a similar thing. You can put them in a bowl, put them in a big bowl, and just kind of do them like that and keep running the water until it's clear and you don't see any residue or what have you. So you do that, and at the same time, I would say even before you start cutting your greens, you can take a big pot of water, and in that water you add a little salt, and you want that water to come to a boil. You'll take your clean greens and you're gonna blanch them. It's gonna be about 6 minutes. You're not cooking them down, and they're not gonna change color. You're just softening the greens.
Okay. How did the name Up South come?
Up South.
How was that birth?
I mean, I think I grew up hearing people say, cousin such and such moved up north, right? So I grew up hearing that up north or up north. So when I moved here, I don't think I really ever heard anyone say up south, but I feel like, and I started realizing what I was doing in terms of bringing my cultural heritage, bringing my style of cooking, bringing, my lifestyle and my being to Brooklyn and to all the things that I was doing in food. I was like, okay, this term kind of means up south. So you take the blanched collard greens and then you put them in the ice bath and you let them hang out, and then you start making the sesame, what I call dressing. So you take the sesame seeds. You can, I think you can buy a sesame paste, but I use a mortar and pestle and I break it down. And then after I break all of the sesame seeds down, I put them in a bowl. I add sugar, I add the rice vinegar and the soy sauce. Taste. So you taste the dressing. And after tasting the dressing is in the bottom of your bowl, you basically bring the blanched collard greens that are in the ice bath. You need to wring them out because no one wants a wet salad.
Right.
I use a big salad spinner. Yes, you can use a cloth dish towel, roll them up and wring them out. But I would say buy a salad spinner.
Okay, and just keep pumping it
keep
until...
pumping it, and then you basically, add the collards, the bright green collards to the bowl and mix it with the sesame. That's it. That's basically it. And taste.
Along the way.
Always taste along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
True. Collards Gomae. Yay! That's good stuff.
Really good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
I'm ready to eat. It was a pleasure.